Guys, here we are. It's first day in pads in fall camp. Talk a little bit about, and I'll start with you, Doug. Talk a little bit about how things are going here in these first couple days for the Panthers.
It's going great. You know, we've had a little bit of tackling drills and stuff like that, so I've been working hard, doing some conditioning and getting the plays down. So,
Keona, what's been the focus from the coaching staff?
I think it's just because we're returning a lot of guys. We're just trying to focus in and hone in on what we learned last year and what we learned at camp, and just trying to bring it all back and trying to be a step ahead.
Trevon, Coach called you one of the better leaders. What are you doing to kind of step up in that role this year?
I like to try and get the guys rallied, but it's more of a that I want to show them how to do it. So I want to do everything right so they can learn from me instead of you can talk, but I like to walk the walk instead.
Gotcha. I know you guys lost a couple of key players. How do you guys go about, filling those spots you think this year?
Well, losing Jen and Trey were the two biggest ones, but Keona and AJ have been putting in a lot of work this offseason and ready to get back into the swing of things. I think they're really going to do good to fill in for it.
Keona, what is that like to kind of step in for a guy like Jet Strawn?
Well, I mean, me and Jet were best buddies, so I got along with him a lot. He was like a mentor kind of at quarterback. We got along, hung out, and he just kind of coached me through everything. We've had some film sessions together and just kind of helping me get my footwork down, my throws, and just really helping me.
Doug, what's going on with the line right now? How are you guys kind of progressing?
we're working hard, especially, O-line, D-line, where I think the entire D-line is seniors and the entire O-line is going to be seniors this year. So we're really trying to work with, those underclassmen, get them prepared for, when we're leaving, and we're working hard, hitting each other and just trying to get ready to hit. So that's our main thing is we like to be physical and like to hit hard. So
I gotcha, understand that. For you guys, how big will be controlling the line of scrimmage both ways be this year, you think?
Huge, absolutely huge. We got a lot of returners, a lot of really, big physical guys. That's one of our main things here at Powell. We like to control it and we like to, throw those other guys around. So. All
right. Keona, talk a little bit about skill set wise. What do you guys have in those positions this year?
If you ever come to watch a Powell game, you always see that we're a smash mouth football team, always running the ball, dives, counters, powers, always just trying to start with the run. We're always a run team, but then we also have the guys on the outside that will be a force to reckon with. I mean, we have AJ, Evan, Joe. They're all big receivers that are returning from last year, and then we have a really big tight end coming back who should be really good for us.
Trevon, what's the competition going to be like in the 3A West?
3A West, it's one of the most competitive conferences that I've ever, from my brothers playing to me, it's always been competition. So definitely Star Valley and Cody are the names that you think about all year, but it's always a battle every week, so got to be ready for everyone.
What's it like to play for Coach Kistler?
Coach Kistler, love the guy, amazing coach to play for. Always ready to be serious when it's time, but he can go have a joke and mess around with everyone too as well.
All right. Well, speaking of joke, let's have a little fun. Favorite place to play besides here at home?
Cody or Star Valley?
Yeah, definitely. Last year was either Cody or Star Valley.
Games for sure.
It's probably best to go play in Cody though, because it's just.
Because you got both crowds there.
26 miles apart. You got your
huge
hometown
rivalry
here, and then their hometown's there. It's basically just playing.
Place you dread to play at?
I don't
either
Douglas
or Evanston.
I don't like playing in
Douglas crowd. They got a wild crowd down there.
Yeah, they got.
It's fun to go play with them, but it's
yeah.
Evanston's just a far drive.
Yeah, Evanston, the drive sucks for sure.
I bet they say the same thing when they come up this way. Favorite pregame meal, Trevon?
Pregame meal? Definitely hamburgers. Got to go with the beef.
All right, Keona?
We have team dinners and my mom makes spaghetti, and that's always a hit for the team. So.
Doug, what about you?
Steak.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Doug.
Yes, sir.
Thing you're sick of eating, whether it's on the bus trips or just before games,
pizza.
Doug?
Yeah, I like pizza, but I do get a little sick of it. I eat that a lot, and I don't know.
It's quick though, as a coach.
Quick.
It's put the order in, you pick it up and go, right?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you're sick of?
It's definitely pizza. After the first 3 weeks or so, it's like, it's time to eat something else after a game.
How tough is it to convince Coach Kistler of that, to change it up?
We've never got changed, so it's almost impossible.
Usually when we go on our long drives like Green River, Evanston, he'll usually take us out to go. We'll go get to choose where we want to eat before, but afterwards it's always pizza. So.
Okay, yeah. I gotcha. What's your favorite place to eat on the road, like on a long trip before?
So our plan this year No, we haven't gone there. I've gone there, but our plan when we go to Green River, my aunt has a restaurant in Rock Springs, so my aunt's planning on opening it up and feeding the whole team. It's called Grubs.
Okay, all right then. You guys looking forward to that?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Anything,
Okay.
I love
anything other than pizza. It's a good day.
Why do you love the game of football so much, Trevon?
It's definitely been really personal because both my brothers played and my dad played, so it's always been a big family thing around. And I think it teaches a lot with life. It's just fun to be out with the guys and just messing around. So.
What about for you, Keona?
Well, since I was younger, my dad's one of the coaches, so I've always been out on this field running around playing the ball boy or everything. So I've just grown up and really looked up to a lot of the guys that came before me and were just big role models to me. And I just wanted to be a role model to maybe someone younger.
Doug, how about for you?
For me, it's, I like going out and hitting. That's the thing I look forward to, every practice, every game. I like going out and, seeing if I can impose on a guy and, hitting. So my favorite part for sure.
All right. Favorite part about bus trips?
About bus trips, I sleep the entire
wake
way.
him up.
He's
can't
asleep
wake him
5
up.
minutes before a game. He's a sleeper.
You can't wake him up. As soon as he's out, you can't wake him up. And
Does he at
gets
least make it up and awake for the game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
okay.
he's always
Okay.
ready.
All right. What about for you, Keona?
Probably just hanging out with the buddies. We bring a speaker, play some music, and it's just fun to hang out with the buddies. And then our parents always give us food, so we're always eating. But then sometimes we mess with Doug when he's sleeping because he doesn't wake up. So you can mess with Doug.
Have you ever woke up with stuff in your nostrils, ears?
I have.
Oh,
There was
goodness.
one trip, they piled every pillow and blanket they had on the bus on top of me. And the only way I
You
knew
are
is
lights
'cause-
out then.
Yeah, the only way I knew is when they showed me pictures of after. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. All
although
right.
they do play dangerous games sometimes because I get cranky when I wake up sometimes. But
Was there singing on the bus?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Who's-
this guy's
who's the
singer.
best singer?
This guy right
Oh,
here.
he's the singer.
Okay.
on
He's
bus,
the
yeah.
choir
Who needs
boy.
to stop singing, but doesn't know it?
Yeah,
AJ.
probably AJ's voice.
All right, Trevon, steps you need to take to get you ready for your first game.
I think the steps we're taking right now are perfect. Just bring in the intensity. It's always a intense battle first week because you can only insert so much before the game, but once it comes down to it, it's just if you have the right intensity, I think we're really on good pace for that.
Anything different, Keona?
100%. We just need to make sure we give it 100% every practice. We can't take any practice for granted.
Anything from you, Doug, that's different?
Not a whole lot. I like making sure I know exactly where I'm going for every play and, if, fronts change or shift, what to do. So just focusing on the specifics a little bit. So
Well, guys, thanks for taking a few minutes and best of luck this year.
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you.
Well, Chase, talk a little bit about football practice underway. You're just a few days in, although this is day one of pads that we're talking. How are things going so far?
Going really well. Numbers are a little bit light. We're at 50 total from freshmen all the way up, which it's about 10 short of what we typically have, but the guys we do have here are the right kind of guys. We've got a lot of seniors back, about 16 seniors. A lot of them played a lot of varsity time last year, so a lot of veteran mentality around here, and we're just kind of picking up where we left off from summer stuff.
You did lose a couple of good pieces. How do you kind of shift some guys around to maybe continue your growth?
Well, we lost some major playmakers from last year. With Jet at the quarterback position and Trey out on the perimeter, it just those are hard shoes to fill. But I think we tried to simplify our playbook so that it makes our new guys coming in just be able to think less, play faster. So that's what we're trying to do early in the season. Doing some split time with some quarterback stuff too. So still fighting for position to see who that is going to be. And at the perimeter, we got guys that can fill in that played a lot, came off the bench last year, rotated in a lot. So tough shoes to fill, but I think we found some fits that could get the job done this year.
Sounds like you're really experienced in the trenches, and I know that's where a lot of games are won and lost. How can you use that to your benefit?
Well, our MO that we try to build every year is be the more physical team. That helps up front. They know what our mentality needs to be. They know how to communicate with each other. They got the calls down. They know how to, when you're young, you can do things really well, but if they change things up on you on the line, you don't pick it up sometimes. This year, I'm noticing even at camp, they were picking up blitzes and stuff real easily. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And just that leadership up front, they take a lot of pride in what they do up front and how we play football. It's been fun to see.
We know 3A football's been dominated by two of your conference foes. Take me through what it's like in this 3A West.
It's a gauntlet. Very physical football. Cody's very physical. Star Valley's very physical. Jackson's usually very physical. Evanston was really an improved team from last season. They were good. They were hungry last year. So I'm curious to see how this 3A really plays out. But it is a tough conference to just week to week. Who do you have left? Who's on your bench? Who's the next man in? Rotating in. It's tough. And this year we have Douglas, Cody, Star Valley, all 3 in a row on our season. So that's going to be a tough challenge in that middle of the season. Luckily, 2 of them are at home, so it should help out a little bit. Douglas is on the road, but it's tough. The West is. If you make the playoffs in the West, you've had a really positive season.
What are some things that you feel like you need to see from this group this year to maybe take a step in 3A?
Right now I look at it that we've got to control the line of scrimmage and not give up big plays. Last year, that's kind of what hurt us. We had Star Valley on the ropes at their place, and we gave up a big play, and they kicked a field goal to win the game. And in Cody, we gave up a big play at the end. We had an interception that changed the dynamic of the game real quick. So it's giving up that one big play that makes a big difference in the entire game. And with our defense, I think we can be more consistent even from what we were last year. We were consistent all season, and then we got to the playoffs and we got kind of pushed on our heels real quick. And so I think they learn from that, and they understand that don't overlook anything, don't look past anything, take every game, take advantage of every game.
Lastly, what will be kind of your next steps here in the next week or so to get you kind of game ready, you think?
Well, having that 0-week game against Riverton, and we play a live game, even though it's considered a scrimmage. We do all the kicks, kickoff, PAT. We run it like a game, officials and everything. That really helps. It gets our guys used to just, hey, you got to follow the rules. You got to be out of the huddle. You got to be on time. We're sending a PAT team out there. You can't have be lazy on the sideline getting out there. So that really helps us getting ready for the season. It gets us a step up.
All right. Well, thanks for the time. Wish you best of luck this year.
Well, thank you.